Ladies and gentlemen, the plan all along tonight was to make you stall because our guest on his platform, where he's not really a guest, has decided to take it over. He's decided to take over because after what happened last weekend at Rage in the Cage, which everybody has seen by now, there is nothing left to stop this man of his plan come December 31st to walk away from the IMF with that IMF World Heavyweight Championship. And he is most certainly going to smoke away what everybody said, that they were going to bring him home. They were going to bring back the person that they once knew. Not so fast, ladies and gentlemen, because our guest here tonight on his platform had other plans and other ideas. And guess what? It involved somebody, well, let's just say helped grow the House of Wolves in numbers. We're going to talk about how you might have said that this might have been the most perfect night in our man's platform's history at Rage in the Cage, because think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Just when you thought Darkron and Il Drago were going to 2-on-1 Anthony Steele and take away that United States Championship from him, Anthony Steele found a way. And not only did he found a way, he stacked him. He pinned both Darkron and Il Drago. We're going to definitely talk about that because you know Anthony Steele's lurking somewhere. We're most certainly going to talk about, in my opinion, one of the greatest hardcore matches in Underground and IMF history between Ox McCoy and Kato. And boy, I'm going to ask the hardcore god's opinion on that one because that one is going to be one I'm going to remember for a very long time. But we're most certainly tonight going to celebrate this man who has built this platform and made it to what it is today. And I will, as promised, have something for him. And this will be, well, the second in 3 days where we'll have two men, two hardcore giants, you might want to say, or two, let's just say, tyrants of their respective factions to go into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame for their companies once again. We'll get to that because I know I see him here. We'll give him a big shout out in a little while. But I know that this man has been making everybody wait here, and he did that on purpose. But he'll have to wait just a minute longer because he has requested that I give him that introduction on the platform that he has now decided to come back on. And he has decided now to be the true tyrant king that he is, to be here and definitely let the world know that there is no never say never here. He's keeping that IMF World Heavyweight Championship till the end of time, to famously quote a lyric from a Jimi Hendrix song, Purple Haze. But I think there'll be no Purple Haze tonight. But in the words of Def Leppard frontman Joe Elliott, let's get rocked, baby, because you're waiting for it. He's waiting for it. And let's start this night off in style on Sportswire Radio, the number one global radio station where all music and wrestling matters. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. So we're done! Without further ado, here on the Sport Report, number one global sports show. A man that reigns supreme in the IMF. A man that is back on the platform that he made famous. A man that is the leader of the House of Wolves and the reigning, defending IMF World Heavyweight Champion. His name is, simply put, the Hardcore God, the Boogeyman of the Midwest. Omen, the real Black. Wyatt Black, you might want to change your name. The champ is here, my friend. How are we doing?
I'm doing good, Tom. You know that intro, you're saying the O and Omen. You just kept going, oh. You keep throwing me off. You're like, oh, he's gonna say the word. Nope, he's gonna fake me out.
Well, I mean, we tried to add a few things. Obviously, there was a
I
Wyatt
like it.
Black in the
I
chat.
like it.
Well, we've been adding the war chats. There was a Wyatt Black in the chat yesterday who really should change his name compared to you. Yeah, just some kid that looks like one of those characters, and was it Superbad? I think it was. But yeah, we don't want to go down that road because Friday he'll be a topic, and I'm sure our guest then Michael McMoney may want to launch him literally off this platform if he shows up. But we're not going to let that happen. You are here, my friend. There is a lot to get to here, and I want to talk about it to start the show off here in style, especially on the platform that you've come back now, where you get to hold serve here, sir, and you get to celebrate because for those that are listening and watching in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage on Omen Black's platform, Sportzwire Radio, tell us, how does it feel to have done what you've done to Justin Parsley in Rage in the Cage?
Tom, I've been saying for weeks on end, I'm not going to be locked in a cage with Justin Parsley. No, he's going to be locked in the cage with someone else besides Omen Black. And I'd prove that point. See, if anything, Justin Parsley should be thanking for what happened at Rage in the Cage. Because if that towel didn't get thrown in, hell, we'd still be in the cage right now.
You know what? I mean, listen, Mr. Parsley, we might be looking at him, and, James Taylor did put a comment about him at Jack Nicholson lookalike. Yeah, he might be like Jack Nicholson in a bag of bones, the way Jack Nicholson looks today. I'll give the nemesis that much. But, I mean, this was almost an execution. Yesterday we were talking with Timothy Titan. We were talking about his apology to Dave Jameson. Sunday, we had Colton Lee talk about being the judge, jury, and the executioner. And you, Omen Black, it's almost the same thing because literally what you did to Justin Parsley after all the jokes that Justin Parsley had, all about what Justin Parsley talked about here and on social media, that he was going to bring you home. Well, the only thing that Justin Parsley went back home and is basically in a body bag because Justin Parsley, I mean, certainly we're not going to be seeing him for a little while here. That's for sure after what you did to him, champ.
You see, it's quite poetic, Tom.
Yes, sir.
See, Justin, he just kept running his mouth, playing the jokes like he is. Usually is on Sportswire and all social media platforms.
Calls himself the hall monitor, comes on here and sometimes puts glasses on, changes in different shirts from different places. He's represented, but you had none of that.
If I proved anything at Rage in the Cage is that I'm the one and only true king, not in IMF, not in just the underground, but I'm the true king of this business. There's no king that's going to stand toe-to-toe to me.
I mean, you know what? I mean, I'll tell you what. I don't even think Pitbull Gary Wolf would want to stand there with you at this point and go toe-to-toe with you because what you did there, I mean, to steal what Colton Lee said on Sunday's show, I mean, that was an execution. I mean, Justin Parsley is a man that has been coming here the last 2 years, and, I guess we'll have to say it was nice knowing Justin Parsley on Sportswire, and, because of what you did to him, I don't even know what this man could be going through at this moment. We're going to watch the match in a few minutes, and we're going to show this execution, but, Soldier GP, he was there for it all, and I mean, he had to witness it firsthand. And if I were to say to you that the blood was really on the hands of Soldier GP, what would you say to that?
You're exactly right, Tom. See, Justin Parsley was not only trying to take the IMF World title from me. Not only try to bring me home, but he was fighting Soldier GP's holy moral mission. See, Soldier GP can't and will not ever get in the ring with me.
He doesn't want to talk to you much on here. We've been doing this for over 5 months on Sportzwire. Soldier comes on, you're on here, and there's been very little interactions, and that certainly was the same at Rage in the Cage. And while you were standing over him, alongside your counterpart in ROEW, the reigning defending ROEW champion, the Puppet Master, Jason Storm, the leader of Natural Selection, and the man that is the prince of professional wrestling, Felix Jones. And I haven't seen a trio like this since, I don't know, maybe LeBron, Wade, and Bosch. I mean, this trio, I don't know what anybody could do to stop you guys, especially in the underground. And I mean, you have to talk about Felix Jones here and just, I mean, boy, I don't think Justin Parsley and Soldier GP saw that from a mile away.
It's like the Son, the Lord, and the Holy Spirit, Tom. But instead of being the Holy Trinity, this is more like a lethal injection in the underground. It's like an unholy Trinity. I have myself, the most dominant world champion in IMF. I have the most dominant ROEW champion ever.
Yeah, we've talked about that here. I mean, what he's done with the title. I know James is having to deal with that for months, but I mean, and Darkron found it out, the Underground OG also. But I mean, what Jason Storm has done with this championship, I mean, I've said it here, and now ROEW doesn't even have a ring anymore. I mean, I guess that means that Jason Storm is, you and him are going to certainly be, well, let's just say, causing some, let's say, natural damage here throughout the underground for months and years to come, because he's got no ring, and that means you and him are going to be just joined at the hip, and let's just say everybody just get out of the way and prepare for not only storms, but maybe tornadoes, hurricanes, and everything else what the House of Wolves will do, because they are going to blow. All of you are going to blow all of the competition away. That's what it sounds like to me, sir.
But let's not forget, we also have the rest of the households. We have Ox McCoy.
Oh, how can we not forget it? What a match he had with Kato.
What a behemoth.
And what a match he had with Kato. I mean, Kato is a man that has been in Carnage Cup, a man that did a great job in NEW's All Right in the Ring. I mean, this is a guy that's, the All Wrestling Matters tournament. I mean, this is a man that has done a lot of big things recently. In Ox, he blew him away. And another guy, by the way, that's always here on this platform, he not only won his match, but, well, he stacked his opponent.
To that point. We also have probably the greatest wrestler from the past, Anthony Steele. And I'm saying that truthfully. I know some people are going to think I'm lying or I'm bullshit. He's the greatest wrestler from the previous backyard underground scene. And I truly mean that about Anthony Steele. Then we also have probably the greatest tag team in the underground who's ever.
I've said that. Yeah, I've said that
together.
With Jordan Nets and Jason Myers, no question. You and I have talked about this objectively speaking. What the Midwest Express has done. We're going to look back years from now.
Defended their titles in multiple companies.
Yep.
And held their titles for well over a year and a half.
An amazing run. I mean, what they did, it's we're going to look back years from now and just say,
I truly think it goes Midwest Express, right below them Usos. Like, that's how I truly feel with how that reign went.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, you could certainly put them up there with teams that anyone you want to throw out there, and anywhere in the underground or in wrestling history, the Usos, New Day, certainly the Dudley Boys. I mean, it's a long list of teams. Throw them out there, and the Midwest Express are definitely our version of that. And so, I mean, to me at this point, what's left to do?
Let's not forget the coup de grace of the house. Like you said, he's the prince of professional wrestling. He is truly a pillar in IMF, the underground. Anywhere he wrestles, he's that guy. It is Felix Jones. Where his father and his fake daddy in Indiana didn't want to see his true potential. Yet, maybe they did, but they just didn't want them to get overshined by Felix Jones.
You
Felix Jones
saying?
is
Wait a minute. Are you
the
saying that?
greatest,
Okay, you're
up
saying.
and comer.
I agree with you about Felix Jones. Felix was here. I think Felix is going to certainly do a lot of great things in the wrestling world. But are you saying that maybe Justin Parsley and Soldier GP, one who is his actual father and the other one who I guess somewhat or sort of was, I'm not even going down that road, but you mean to tell me from your opinion, champ, that those two men were holding down the Prince of Professional Wrestling, Felix Jones, for the better part of a year? Is that what you're saying or
Is
potentially
it too hard
alleging?
to believe, Tom?
A little bit. I would, yeah, kind of. I mean, I have to say, I don't know if they did that. I mean, you must know better than me and all of us that are in the
If it
chat.
wasn't for Felix Jones, a lot of those wins that Justin Parsley had, they would have been completely different.
Well, Anthony Steele
let's
said
not
that
talk
here on
about.
Sportswire also. He said the same thing.
Let's not forget, if it wasn't for Felix Jones, him and Soldier GP and Justin Parsley, they kind of would have never, I guess, got together. Because Felix Jones was that in between. That's how they got associated, I guess, more.
Well,
Obviously, Soldier GP is Felix's father, but yet Felix chose.
Yeah, we're certainly not going to go down that road on the father and everything else in between. But Felix Jones joins this group. You've got the Midwest Express, you've got Ox McCoy, and you've got Anthony Steele, a man that certainly has held serve here for years. And it's
Probably
your
one of the greatest United States champions in IMF history.
He is the greatest IMF United States champion, and I think you're absolutely right.
He was way better than Mephisto, way better than Isaiah Rage guy, better
Sean
than
Jovi. How about Sean Jovi? You know what time it is. Jovi's got it going on.
He could wrestle circles, and I mean circles, around Sean Jovi's title reign when he had the U.S. title. He didn't have to put on a fucking stupid bandana, jean vest, and become a different entity of himself. Anthony Steele's been Anthony Steele. He's the real deal. That's why people call him the real deal, because he doesn't have to pretend to be anyone else.
No, he doesn't. He just basically is unfiltered and just says whatever he wants, and he'll do that regardless of what anybody thinks. I absolutely agree with you 1,000%. So, I mean, at this point, we'll put the matchup here in a minute or two. There is a lot of people here, not just from the IMF tonight, that want to talk to you. We're going to get to all of them in a little while, but I mean, everybody should just basically get out of your guy's way. I mean, whether it's Il Drago, what's left of him, whether it's what's left of Soldier GP, and what's left of the likes of Damian Saint, those and others should just maybe now is the time to step aside, you want to say, and maybe just let them move on so you can continue your plans and just let the House of Wolves take over, because after what we saw at Rage in the Cage, I think there's almost nothing left for anybody to do to stop what you guys are doing. Well, what's your thoughts on all that?
Just like what Damian said at the end of the match, Tom. What monster did I create? Those are his exact words, looking into my eyes. He knows, staring at me, he doesn't know what's staring right back at him anymore. He thought he knew who Omen Black was. Yes, we've had our wars. Yes, he's beaten me a couple times. I've beaten him more. But he doesn't know who he's staring at anymore. I don't think IMF roster knows who they're staring at when they see the world champion.
He said he made you. He said he made you. I mean, what is your opinion on that from what Damian Satan said at Rage in the Cage?
I'll say this, Tom. Seeing Soldier GP, Justin Parsley, and Damian Saint, I've been preaching all the time, coming on here, telling people to open their eyes, see the truth. They opened my eyes to see the truth, the betrayal, the deceit, the backstabbing. Just like I opened the eyes of my brothers in the house, and I opened Felix Jones's eyes. I've been saying all this time, I'm going to fix Felix Jones, and I fixed him, Tom. No one can tell me I didn't. I'm making that kid
You healed him.
I'm making him
You
better for
literally
letting his
healed him at
father
Rage in the
and
Cage
Justin
because
Parsons
he
get
was here on
everything.
Sportswire and the poor kid couldn't walk, and all of a sudden you must have healed him because he gets into the cage and all of a sudden he's all right again. So you must have did something. Maybe you have magic powers. Maybe you have something that there's nobody has seen here, and it is your platform because clearly Felix Jones went from a man that couldn't walk to all of a sudden he was naturally fine, and well, he definitely cracked the foundation, and it seems like those foundation walls are certainly cracked permanently.
If you want to be world champion, you want to be dominant in the IMF, you got to be the smartest man in the room. Me and Felix Jones had this plan ever since the week after our match at St. Patty's Day Massacre. Me and him have been in contact ever since. We just didn't know what the right time was going to be. And then we think about it, Justin Parsley has to face me at Rage in the Cage. So why not there? So
maybe Parsley was his own worst enemy because he was very confident on this platform. And understandably so, he's had a lot of success. You can't take away what he's done with the PWF World Championship. He's had that championship now for just about a year. He wins the King of Palo. He's one half of the IMF Tag Team Champions. His run here has been absolutely unbelievable. And maybe, though, he believed his own hype. And going into that, he never had a chance. Sure, he looked at it and said, well, if Jovi went toe-to-toe with you and Jovi came this close and Felix, and I even asked Justin Parsley, well, will you talk to Felix? Will you ask Felix for any advice? Will there be anything that you would bring up? And Justin Parsley just talked about 18 months in the making, talked about pinning you in the past, talked about bringing you home, and I guess he believed his own hype. What's your thoughts?
you're absolutely right, Tom. Justin Parsley is his biggest fan. Justin Parsley only cares about Justin Parsley. Justin Parsley only wants best for Justin Parsley. He doesn't care about what happened for Felix. He didn't care that he was handing scraps out to Felix. I'm guaranteed he doesn't care he's handing out scraps to Soul GP, or maybe it's the other way around. See, that's the thing. These two are so alike, you can't tell them apart.
Well, Felix, we're gonna play the match here in a minute. I know a lot of people want to talk to you today. We're gonna get to that, but I guess you could say, Champ, that Felix maybe he saw the writing on the wall that guys like Jovi haven't, guys like Il Drago haven't, and he said, you know what? I know what this is going to be like if I'm here in the foundation. Damian Saint's come in here and he's become front and center, and I'm going to be a part player. I'm the prince of professional wrestling. I'm an up-and-coming star. I'm a guy that should be in there in the same discussion with the likes of Ace Christian, who was here in the IMF, a man that was here a week plus ago, Dave Jameson. I belong in the same discussion, in the same category as those guys, and if I'm here in the foundation still, I'm just going to be a side man, a sidekick, kind of like what Il Drago, Sean Jovi, and I even would say it, the man you took the championship from, Mephisto, and Felix Jones did not want any part of that in the foundation, and he got out while the going was right.
Tom, I said it. I keep paraphrasing myself from back in the past, but Tom, like I said before, I am the champion that the IMF needs. We didn't need Mephisto. We don't need Soldier GP. I'm the champion that sets the rules. I'm the one who sets the boundaries. I'm the one who sets the goal for IMF.
Well, you are the standard bearer, and the buck stops here. Let me ask you, though, one question. I want to go back to it as we're here with Omen Black on his platform here on Sportswire Radio. He is the reigning, defending IMF champion, and he is celebrating here his historic victory, his execution of the hall monitor of Sportswire Radio, Justin Parsley. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice figuratively and literally where all music and wrestling matters here, and we'll get to you in the chat shortly. Thank you so much, everybody, and we are closing in on the Boogeyman's platform of 1,500 subscribers. But I want to go back to Jason Storm because Jason Storm is your cohort in ROEW. Look at what he's done. Look at what he has done to James Taylor. Look at what he's done in his company, what his roster has done with Darkron, who is a foundation member. He saw once again firsthand what Jason Storm can do, not only in the ROBW arena, but also here in the Palo Community Center. CJ Black, the good guy, the other guy named Black. And we haven't seen him in a while, and we really don't know what's going to happen there with that. And others in ROEW, whether it's Kyle Shelby and Drew Shelby, Jacob Collins, sure, got a victory, and he'll be here to talk about that soon. But really, what Jason Storm has done is basically exactly what you've done here in IMF. And look at what he's done for the careers of Alex Cross and Cash Carter. Look at what you've done now for the careers of the likes of the Prince of Professional Wrestling, Felix Jones. How about Ox McCoy, his huge victory over Cato? Anthony Steele, I mean, that's now, it's all forgotten. Places he left, things he said. It's the focus on the ring. And you mentioned the Midwest Express, and I want to talk about Jason Storm and what can we expect you and him will do together now, side by side.
See, I don't know much about REW anymore, but you know what? Let's do this. Let's talk about Jason Storm and how he saw that his enemy is Soldier GP. And he knows that Soldier GP and Omen Black don't get along. So why not join Omen Black to take it to Soldier GP? Now, I'm not saying he's House of Wolves. I'm not saying I'm natural selection. But I'm saying that it's a mutual agreement and mutual respect. Because we both hate familiar people. I hate Soldier. He hates Soldier. He hates other people. I don't like other people.
He's had issues with James Taylor. There's certainly been, definitely issues with James Taylor and guys like Anthony Steele, who's in the House of Wolves. We know they're long.
He doesn't like JX. I hate JX.
I mean, there's definitely a history here that both of you men share mutually. That I think, to me, what this could be, this is almost like a new world order. This is almost like a corporate ministry. This is almost like a nexus. This is just, to me, something I don't think we've seen in the underground, where two men of two of the premier companies in the underground, shoulder to shoulder, side by side, to basically destroy what's left. And with Jason Storm's company, ROEW, they don't even have a ring right now. Think about that. Now, can you imagine what you and Jason Storm could do together here in the IMF? I mean, they might need a cage to keep the ring in the Palo Community Center from basically happening what in ROEW just had. I mean, boy, I just can't imagine you and him, what you could do now with Felix Jones and the rest of the House of Wolves. I mean, we'll be very lucky that the IMF is going to run until December the 31st when you walk away, sir, with that championship.
No, just like that, Tom. We're only going to be working together for how many months until I leave?
6-7 months? Yeah, what big deal?
I leave with the IMF World Championship. That's what's going to happen, Tom. I'm not saying it's a guess. I'm not saying it's a prediction. I'm not saying it's an opinion. I'm telling you the facts. I'm going to walk out December 31st as the world champion, and I couldn't give a rat's ass what happens to IMF after that.
And obviously we know ROEW right now doesn't have a ring. So that means Jason Storm could be, holding serve here. And
let's see this. When I walk out, maybe, because, IMF's not going to be around when I leave, because I'm going to be the world champion. What are they going to do? Maybe ROEW could buy the ring then. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a question. I mean, James Taylor's going to have to deal with that. Now,
never mind. Soldier, we don't like James. James don't like Soldier. So
listen, right now, I have no idea what's going to happen in ROEW, but right now, we're watching what you're about to do to Justin Parsley. And was there anything that Mr. Parsley could have done to have avoided this? Was there anything he could have done to avoid this?
Listen to everything I've told him before, Tom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I kept warning him. You're not going to be locked in a cage with. I'm not going to be locked in a cage with you. You're going to be locked in a cage with me. But then I keep telling him, but it's not going to be the Omen Black,
Obviously not. Yeah, that's for sure.
I come out with war paint on just to intimidate him, just to know
you know what? You were here on Sportzwire before this, and you did have a different tone. Justin was here famously on 420, and, he was certainly, like you said, yucking it up. He was having fun, and you came on here, you were very serious, you were very stern, you were very basically upfront in what you were going to do. I think you were even more direct and more stern here with Mr. Parsley than you were with Jovi, because Jovi, deep down, he's Jovi, right? And people, whether they have a soft spot for Jovi, a small ounce of you might have had a small soft spot for Jovi, but Justin Parsley, no, there was none of that, none of that. And maybe Mr. Parsley didn't read the tea leaves. That's the only thing I could think of.
People want to call me the Benedict Arnold of the foundation, but how come I'm the only one who gets convicted of that when it's been known that Soldier GP and Justin Parsley were in cahoots before I even turned on the
But look
foundation?
at what members of the foundation have run into. Jovi, I mean, he hasn't had any luck singles wise, right? Mephisto, I mean, he's now wrestling in RCW matches singles wise. I mean, we know Drago has tried so hard to win that United States Championship from Anthony Steele, and he's going to have to wait a little longer for that, and the Ulifalas.
Look at
So
him right now, just playing his little jokes, thinking I want to let him walk
to
out.
He wanted to walk out. He wanted to walk out here, figuring that you would just let him walk out. But all these foundation members, I mean, their fate since you left, I mean, it's certainly been not to remember. And you got out, and maybe they all should have just took your advice and joined you, and they didn't. I mean, we'll never know. And Darkron is also part of that, because look at what happened to him at Rage in the Cage. Look at what's happened to him in ROEW. I mean, we've talked about the locker room being lost there, and Justin Parsley, well, he might be the Parsleys, because, well, he's definitely taking it on the chin from you, sir.
Yeah, I just find it, again, poetic that Justin Parsley now has opened his eyes as well to see who I really am. And truly, I hope he realizes at home with his neck brace on, or the concussion he still has, that I'm not going home, that Soul GP thinks I have a home. I'm just fine where I'm at. And I'm glad that Soul GP had the front row seat, the best seat in the house, to watch the slaughter unfold on Justin Parsley.
Well, we're watching that here, and we will certainly get into the chat after the match. And we are here with Omen Black, who had maybe his most impressive performance yet in his career, which is saying a lot, Omen. You've been here a lot over the past 2 years on your platform.
Not as much as other people, but I've been here quite a bit.
No, you've definitely been here a lot, but you know what? You've ran guys out of town on this platform. You've certainly been in there with the likes I see of Darkron. You've been in there with even likes of members of your own group, the House of Wolves. But what you did to Justin Parsley, I mean, this is a performance that we're going to look back in your career, in the match itself. And I really think this is going to be one of those top 5 matches of your career. And we're going to look at this a long time and say, wow, that's what made Omen Black what he was in our circuit in this generation.
I'll be known as one of the greats. I truly believe that. I'll be, like I said, I'm a king. I'll be known as the king, Tom.
Well, you're a god, actually. You're a god. You're a god, a hardcore god.
I'm the king of gods. What can I say?
Somebody may want to put that on a shirt, but
yeah. Well, actually, that'd be kind of a stupid merch idea. But you know what? I can see Justin Parsley doing it. He has this merch saying, "Who is Justin Parsley?" Idiot! Don't you know who you are? Just point up.
Well, who he is right now is that he's on the shelf. He's on the shelf because of what you're doing to him. And he was, I guess, hungry. I guess maybe he didn't get a Snickers because he figured why wait and just try to take a piece of your head. And that wasn't a good idea, I think.
I'll say this. I've never seen Parsley fight the way he did. And I was kind of proud of myself for bringing that out of him. And yeah, it's never going to be enough to take me out. But I'm proud that I brought that out of him.
he was fighting for survival and didn't even know it. He was fighting for survival and didn't even know it.
Like I said, he should have took me serious, Tom. All the fans know that he should have took Omen serious now. Maybe the whole IMF roster are going to take me serious now. They know that I'm not the good Omen Black from back then. I'm more of a dangerous animal. Don't fucking cross my path.
Well, what's left of the roster, I think, is going to certainly be taking notes from this because the Hall Monitor, well, he's being bullied, and, well, let's just say that he's not going to be giving out any Hall passes anytime soon because of what you've done to him. Certainly speaks volumes here. And, you know what? I mean, basically, kids, don't try this at home. And there's Soldier, and he's visibly upset, and he's obviously telling you, listen, man, what are you doing? And he just...
He's begging. He's begging me, stop this, Omen, stop this.
This felt like Rocky IV.
Fueling the fire.
Felt like to me. This felt like Apollo Creed takes on Ivan Drago, and Justin Parsley's Apollo Creed. You think about it, Justin Parsley was treating this a certain way, and you were basically like Ivan Drago. You were going to kill Justin Parsley if you had that chance, and poor Soldier GP, some would say, is kind of like Rocky right now, just standing there watching his friend being executed. A public execution here in the Palo Community Center is taking place, and the fans may be chanting Parsley. They may be behind him, but it doesn't matter to a king. It doesn't matter to a hardcore god and a boogeyman, because what Omen Black is doing, I mean, we've never seen him like this. Sure, what he did to Jovi. Sure, what he's done to Kron and Forsaken. And sure, what he's done to Mephisto and even Felix Jones and Anthony Steele. Yada, yada, yada. But what we're seeing here at Rage in the Cage that took place, I mean, Justin Parsley, I mean, I don't think he's going to be sleeping with two eyes open anytime soon. It's going to certainly be, well, let's just say for his sake, eyes wide shut. And I don't think the Hall Monitor is going to be giving out any Hall passes anytime soon.
If he knows any better, he's for sure not going to do that, Tom.
So you think that maybe he should stay away from Sportswire, especially for a while? You think that maybe
stay away from IMF?
Oh, so you think that he should never come back to the IMF? Do you? So you think that would be the best for maybe the best medicine for him and his family not to be in the IMF anymore? Is that what you think?
You know, yeah, I kind of would have had a conscience because I would have to end his life right in front of his wife and his baby that were there.
Well, I mean,
he's prepared to do that in front of them. Kind of shame on you, Justin, for putting them through that.
So you're saying that Justin was a narcissist then to put his family in jeopardy like that?
100%. You know, put them through that turmoil, Tom. It's kind of unfair. All that trauma that they're going to realize, like, they're going to have all that now.
And
when he goes to bed, he's going to have some night terrors. And I don't want to sound like a corny idiot who's used to wrestle on IMF, a nightmare. That's exactly what he's going to have when he thinks of Rage in the Cage.
Well, he did try some offense, and for whatever reason, yes, the Hall Monitor is here. He is here, and he's in the chat, and he has decided that he is not going to stay away, and he's definitely going to fight through the pain. And you did basically describe what Pitbull Gary Wolf went through, so maybe Justin Parsley should have took the same advice of Pitbull Gary Wolf and stay away for several months. By that time, you won't be in the IMF anymore, and maybe then he'll continue his career. What's left of it?
Yeah, exactly, Tom. What's left of it?
Well, I mean, maybe that means I don't know what it means for Mr. Parsley. I mean, you know, obviously we'll keep him here on Sportswire. I mean, maybe that just means he'll do more.
In the comments, he's so delirious that he thinks that anything he's saying to Parsley, I see what you're saying.
We're gonna read them all.
Truly delirious to think anything you're saying means jack squat to me, and what to the IMF. You proved that you couldn't handle Omen Black. You proved that you couldn't bring me home for Solo GP. You proved everything I was saying true.
Well, Felix Jones saw it. Anthony Steele saw it. We know famously Anthony Steele and Justin Parsley were really a team but never wrestled. We saw Felix Jones and Justin Parsley at one time have matching jackets, matching haircuts, and Felix Jones, well, he opened his eyes. You've been talking about opening your eyes, and it seems like those men did that. Let me ask you, though. I mean, Il Drago went through a lot so far with Anthony Steele. He still didn't get the Ulifalas back. He didn't win the United States Championship. Is there any salvation, you think, for the High Chief, for the Samoan Dragon, Il Drago, or you think the time has run out for him and there's basically nothing left he can do at this point?
Do you want me to answer that truthfully, Tom?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He wants to say he's the High Chief. There's only one chief here in the IMF, and it's your world champion.
Oh my God! Omen Black is here. Listen, don't get in this man's way. This man is dangerous. I mean, he's on another level right now. You know, I've seen a lot. And you know what? I would say don't get in this man's way. This man is vicious. This man is ruthless. He's cunning. He's direct. He's upfront. And there's just nothing left at this point anybody could do but to just get out of his way and grant him his wish. Because on December 31st, he's walking out of the IMF with that championship. And who knows? Maybe House of Wolves will be with him. Maybe Natural Selection members will be with him. Because right now, there is an unholy alliance that is taking place here between the IMF World Champion Omen Black, the boogeyman of the Midwest, the hardcore guy, and the puppet master, Jason Storm, the leader of Natural Selection. And just all I could say is tread very lightly. Tread very lightly if you're in an IMF locker room.
Also,
yes,
the Prince of Professional Wrestling, the Prince of Standard.
Yes. And the man that, you know, has certainly, he's had some big wins, big matches. He defeated CJ Black, who, you know, in a 7-star match, and he has been in there time and time again with men like yourself, men like Soldier GP, Il Drago. The man has proven time and time again that he could very well be the standard bearer in our circuit, and he's on his way to joining the likes of the Blaze, Ace Christian, and Dave Jamieson, the Psycho Killer. And there is no question what we're seeing between Storm, Jones, and Black is our version of Bosch, Wade, and James. King James, D. Wade, and Chris Bosch, C. Bosch. It seems like we've got that here right now. And these men, there's just no stopping them. There's just no stopping them. And I'm certainly not. And we are watching Justin Parsley certainly here get, well, let's just say annihilated or executed, you might want to say, by the man on his platform holding serve here. He launches that trash lid like it's nothing, almost like a crumbled piece of paper to Justin Parsley. And I mean, let's just say the House of Wolves had maybe the greatest night in IMF history. Anthony Steele. By the way, what do you think about Anthony Steele and Dirty Donnie coming up here? Look at what happened to Parsley. I mean, what's going to happen to Dirty?
Anthony Steele's going to bring, I guess, fairness to the IMF. You take out Dirty Donnie, the Foundation are going to lose their one ticket to get anything they want. Dirty Donnie's not there. Who's going to let Foundation get all these title shots? Who's going to get Foundation all these matches? Who's going to get the Foundation what they want, when they want it, no matter what it costs to anyone? Take out Dirty Donnie. Anthony Steele, all you guys in the IMF should be thanking Anthony Steele.
Whoa, that's going to certainly rile some people up there, Omen. There's a lot of, and boy, that pile driver, oh my God. I mean, let's just say that until death do us part. But do you think maybe Dirty has a will? Maybe he has a will, and that's the plan. And we're going to take this off the screen because even though it's good for business that they got the ad, but we want to take the ad off the screen because we want to watch the rest of this. But actually, we have to let it play out for another 6 seconds. But do you think that Dirty's got a will maybe and somebody else could be in charge?
No, I think Dirty Donnie, he's not the brightest guy, Tom. And we have to think, remember, it's Dirty Donnie. They don't call him Dirty Donnie for any good reasons.
I'm gonna
have a will. I guarantee it.
Well, I mean, listen. Well, I'm sure Dirty will let us know, and certainly, I hope for Dirty's sake, he'll have a plan. But Justin Parsley doesn't have much of a plan. Hopefully, Mr. Parsley has good health insurance because what he's going through here is an absolute annihilation. There's Felix. There's Felix. Pay attention to this here. Pay attention to this for the audience. Look at this here. Yeah, I mean, we're all shaking our head at this, but I mean, there it is, and Felix is thinking about it. Justin is getting up, though. Justin is getting up. He's getting up.
I'm surprised he got up from that tombstone, Tom. I'm still surprised about it.
But he got up here, and I'm wondering why he did that. And there he goes, another drop kicking, and there's Soldier cheering him on. But there's Felix, and Felix is looking on, and Soldier and Felix are obviously talking about something, and Justin Parsley is showing fight. One last breath of fight he's got in him, and it's not going to happen here. Oh, my God. Don't try this at home. You literally launched him almost like a plane crashing into, let's just say, a dead alley somewhere. I mean, boy, this is just an execution, as I stated. And Justin Parsley, you are launching this poor man. This poor man who has a family and has responsibilities as a hall monitor. And certainly he can't be the hall monitor that we need. And there's Felix. Felix is biting. What's going through your mind here, champ, when you see Felix? And you see Felix there and he's holding that towel.
It's all going according to this plan, Tom. I had this plan. Me and Felix had this plan before the match even started.
And there, boy, and then you're just dragging this man. Then you're looking here, one, and wait, the referee, you tell, and wait, Soldier's looking, and the referee stops counting, and wait a minute, there's that towel. The towel has been thrown in. That's it. That's it. No mas, no more. Justin Parsley, there's nothing left, and Soldier comes out here, coming out to see his tag partner, his brother, his friend, his best friend and foundation teammate. And Justin Parsley is just, get the body bag, call the coroner. We need medical attention. But there's Felix, who's struggling to get up there. Felix is obviously fighting. He's fighting the pain, Felix. And then it's Damian Saint. It's Damian Saint, the man that is scheduled to face you still. It's Damian Saint. And Damian Saint's looking, basically telling us that he's going to finish what he created. And there's Damian looking at you side by side. And wait a minute, you've got a plan. You've got a plan. To quote some people, you are definitely playing chess while some playing. And wait a minute, Felix is okay. Felix is okay. The crutches are no more. And wait a minute. And oh my God, look at what he just did to Damian Saint. Damian Saint, down goes Damian Saint. Felix Jones, the prince of professional wrestling. He's hit it out of the park. That's Aaron Judge-like there. He just hit a grand slam, and wait a minute. It's snap, crackle, and pop because Jason Storm, the Puppet Master, has just taken the Underground OG and launched him. If it wasn't enough being stacked by Anthony Steele, the most controversial figure in wrestling history, look at what the Puppet Master, Jason Storm, is doing. And James Taylor has to watch this here once again. Boy, look at the damage. This looks like more than a storm. This looks like permanent damage, terminal damage right now to the people that could very well get in the way of the House of Wolves. Look at what Felix Jones is doing. We see a trio now that we've never seen before in the Underground. Like I said, our version of Bosch, Wade, and James. And look at all of these men inside and outside that ring. And there is Felix Jones, Jason Storm. Jason Storm. And look at what he's doing to the Underground OG, Darkron. Oh my God, look at these four men. And wait a minute, I think that looks like, doesn't that look like the PWF World Championship?
PWF World Championship. The only World Championship in PWF. Just want to put that out there.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'll leave that at that. But, I mean, certainly Felix Jones. Could you imagine this, champ? You've got the ROEW champion, Jason Storm. You've got yourself and potentially eventually that day when Justin Parsley heals, right? You would think eventually one day.
It's the three greatest world championships right now in the Underground.
I mean, this might even be more dangerous than what Bosch, Wade, and James did because they only won two NBA championships.
Uncle and nephew have a touching moment in the ring.
What? Oh my! You know what? This is just. I mean, tonight Tonight is just basically the beginning of not even a new foundation, but a new unholy alliance between Jason Storm, the ROW champion, the IMF champion on his platform, the hardcore god, the boogeyman of the Midwest, Omen Black, and you might want to call him the new PWF champion, maybe the holder of it at this moment, the prince of professional wrestling, Felix Jones, who's very well on his way to joining the likes of the Psycho Killer Dave Jameson, and of course, the one and only Blaze Ace Christian, hero of the rest of the House of Wolves. And Il Drago looks back, and you gave Drago a pass, but certainly Il Drago there and
Il
the Midwest
didn't want it. He didn't want it.
Well, the Midwest Express reunite with Felix Jones. There is Ox McCoy, and I mean, this is just to me, just the only thing left we can do is get to the chat. Go out there, hit the sub button for the IMF. And I don't know why, if you haven't yet, you should hit that sub button for the IMF, because obviously we are on the road to the next run of IMF shows. It's going to be a very busy IMF here coming up over the next few months. But hit that sub button for our friends here in the IMF. It is now time to get to the chat. And plus, I'm going to give you something here soon. I'm going to give you here something as promised. I'll do that here in a few minutes, but it's time to let the people speak because they have been waiting, champ, for over an hour, and you made them wait on purpose.
There's a lot of trash comments.
Well, there's a lot of them, but I'm going to go to them.
Speed it through because I'm not here to waste my time in the white trash garbage.
Well, the man who's going to be here Thursday at 8 o'clock, your counterpart. No, well, he's going to do what you did to Justin Parsley. He's going to aim to do to Power Surge next Saturday, and he'll talk about that Thursday at 8 o'clock. Yes, we'll definitely have a lot to talk about there with that, but let's run to the chats. Sean Jovi was the first comment. Obviously, I was buying you time and said, "Hey, what's up?" So we'll give. Oh, now Zilla's here, who has definitely opened her eyes and has called you the one true king of Palo. And she has a bunch of comments. We'll ignore mine because I was just buying you time. Thank you, Zilla. We appreciate that very much. Also, she says, hope everyone's doing well. She also wants to say that she has opened her eyes and accepts the truth.
Exactly. Proud of you, Zilla.
And obviously, Ox McCoy wants to announce to the world, technically, he's not wrong. You are the only and last and final IMF world champion at the moment. That's very well.
I'm going to be the final IMF world champion.
Yeah, I did say that. You were the only one here at the moment, the final and last IMF champion. But that's okay. We can move on. Yes, congratulations to Ox. It was a great match, and I hope Kato and Ox run it back again. I really did enjoy that match, and it was to me, two legends that love to see it again. Yep, congratulations to Omen Black on his big victory. Yep. Also, Mr. Dvorak also wants to point out he calls you his brother. So he's obviously he's seeing this tonight, and oh boy, he's going to hold serve on Thursday. He's going to have a lot of words for Power Surge. I'm looking forward to it, and can't wait. A man that you certainly have no love for, Mr. Dark. Okay. Yes, hello to Jake. We're very excited for Jake on Thursday.
I'm quite surprised that idiot knows how to work a keyboard.
Two names I don't know anything about, but you're here now, so we can move on.
Oh yeah, well, that's code, Tom.
I've actually, well, you know what?
Taking your shit, wipe your asshole, and get on here. I wasn't taking a shit though, Ox, but I appreciate it, buddy.
I've got a new toy for that, and here's the toy. That's the new toy for that. So those names, yeah, we don't want to say those names.
No, we
when
don't.
those names come up, that's the official this little sound box we have now. So if you mention those names, this is what comes up.
No, I'm not. You know what? Since we brought one of those names, not the wolf guy, he's a fucking idiot. But you know, Craven Rage used to be something. He used to be, I guess, the ruler of the yard. And he used to tell me all the time that I wasn't on his level. I know what, Craven, you're right. Because I'm way above you. You're absolutely right. I was never on your level. I've always been surpassed you. I've always been above you. While you're dancing around with fucking wannabe clowns in the ring, I'm actually doing something. I'm actually being a world champion in the underground in front of crowds who pay to see me.
That's what we think. And Ox wanted to say woo. Yep, Omen's gonna kill you. And yes, hello, Jake. Thank you, Jake. The royal you of you. And hello to our friend James Taylor, who did want to say that he's the Tyrant King of all wrestling, but you did show that you're the king of
maybe on trampolines, but
I'm not gonna go there, obviously. But James has got some big. He's got a lot of work cut out from him.
I mean, never say never usually means I'm never gonna show up, but.
But but he's got a lot of issues right now in ROEW, so I'm sure right now he's got his hands full because they don't have a ring. He said Natural Selection disbanded, but it seems to me like
money, James, get a new ring.
Well, you know what?
Do your job for you.
You know what? I'm not going there because it seems to me like that right now Natural Selection is they've gotten stronger because if you and Storm are together, that means Carter and Alex Cross are right behind. What a handsome young man. Congratulations, Omen, on defeating Jack Nicholson. I mean, you did win. I mean, that's a good point. Hello. Yep. Hello. Who up? Want to say hello to our DBW champion, Mr. Brandon Costello. I was speaking to Brandon off the air. And Brandon, by the way, has got his hands full with Aaron Jones. You want to talk about a slugfest there coming up. And we've had a bunch of DBW guys on recently. We've had Mr. Silas Walker, the general manager of DBW. We've had Chase Wakefield, who said he's coming to IMF. But maybe Chase Wakefield shouldn't come to IMF after what you've been doing. Maybe Chase Wakefield shouldn't show up here. He said he's coming here in September, but maybe after what you've been doing, maybe he should have different plans.
Parsley, what, 160, soaking wet? That's how much he weighs. Chase Wakefield, a good 50 pounds.
I would have said 45.
Snap him like that.
I would have said 45, but you were kind of, it was his birthday yesterday. So actually, happy birthday, Chase Wakefield. Hope you have a great day.
A second time you call him that, kid.
Well, happy birthday, Chase, and hopefully you didn't get that happen to you. But if you do come to IMF, definitely tread lightly. Obviously, there's somebody there that is not a fan of you. There is definitely some of that out there. And I do have to get to a fan that.
You didn't want to spell your first name fully, so you're an idiot.
A fan named Princess JD has blown up my social media, said that Justin Parsley put up a good fight and he could have won, but Omen shouldn't have done what he did. And also Justin Parsley will get soon. And she's saying that Justin Parsley will come back and he will fight. And what you did by choking him with that keychain, her keychain wasn't right. So she's very upset about that.
Obviously, we didn't watch the same match because you think Justin Parsley had a chance?
She's saying that she believes that Justin Parsley was going to win that match.
Kid, it's what, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock here. You should probably go to bed. You're sounding about as dumb as Soda GP and Justin Parsley.
Well, that was what some people were saying in Timothy Titan's segment about the guy that's named Wyatt Black, but we're not going to reference him anywhere near you because you're not some of the names he's been in the ring with in other places, because what you'll do to him will be really an annihilation. They'll have the funeral on spot. Felix Jones, obviously the third man to your unholy alliance. You must not know wrestling then. And I'm going to certainly leave moms at that. Obviously somebody here is a fan of yours.
I mean, it's trash from Wisconsin next.
We love Wisconsin, but just certain parts and certain things. Thank you, Brandon, and I'm looking forward to Brandon coming on here. We're gonna take people's meat out, whatever it is. Hello to Felix. Welcome home, Felix, according to Ox. And Felix is telling Zilla to shut up, to leave him alone, and he's glad to be home. Also, Omen does get a congratulations from Brandon. He says, I want to congratulate you on a successful defense.
You know what? I want to say this.
Yes.
I'm not shooting. I'm actually a fan of Brandon Costelli.
Hell yeah.
I like his work. And I hope one day he shows up in the IMF.
Well, he wants to go to a lot of places.
Brandon, but I'm glad to meet you one day in the IMF or DBW, whoever calls first.
Well, Ace Kristen showed up here, and I'm sure that that got a lot of people talking, and I think it was great. And I saw you were in Mr. Judgment's confessionals chat and talking to some of the guys there. So, I think we'll see more of that.
I'm a fan of Ace Christian. I'm a fan of Brandon Costelli. I'm a fan of Austin James. And I'm definitely a fan of Mr. Judgment.
Those are big names. And by the way, Colton Lee.
And Silas Walker forgot.
And Colton Lee said that he was keeping the seat warm for you on Sunday show. Just to let you know. He said that. Listen, he was tipping his hat to you, or he was doing something. But yeah, that's me. Okay, they're going back and forth. I'll get Storm to take you out again. By the way, how are the ribs? I know the crutch didn't feel good. Yeah, well, ask Damien Saint about that. You are getting the same comment. Sean Jovi said he begs to differ.
See,
Yoshi
I fixed Jovi. See, someone said I sucked. He says beg to differ. Thanks, Jovi. You idiot.
Yoshi Matsuda wants to say salutations. Bless you. Thank you, Yoshi. Yoshi was here Saturday night.
I would say hi, but there's some trash that you said in the comments later on. So
I'm going to read them. I didn't get to them. I didn't see. I'm going to keep my mouth shut and just listen to Omen Black on the show. Well, thank you, I guess. I mean, Storm can't beat neither. Can you, Princess, meaning Felix? Hello to Yoshi. Who else we got here? Felix can't figure out what he's doing. Backstabber all the way. There are some people that have opinions. Zilla, shut up. And Kron, I'll beat you with one arm tied behind my back, and everyone knows it. Also, I have it figured out. Soldier and Justin are the ones that can't get it together, similar to what he talked about in his promo on the IMF Facebook page. Please support the IMF. I'm donating 2 tickets to every show, and I hope you go out and support them and check out all their information where you can go to the Palo Community Center and buy a ticket. You ain't got stuff figured out, just hopping around to make it work. Felix wants to say, I'm the one that's one of the best in the underground, making a name for myself. And who are you? A nobody. Some strong words here tonight on Sportswire. Sorry, Felix, I have bigger fish to fry like this bull-headed shark on my screen. Boy, but the Underground OG got stacked by Anthony Steele. I don't think he wants anything of you. I don't think he wants to go through 2 years ago again. I think, right, bad idea. Bad idea for the Underground OG.
I hope he realizes, Summer Bash, I promised him, it's going to be me at Summer Bash facing.
Well, we're going to talk about that in about 15 minutes. I know
management said whoever's world champion at the time. No, Kron, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be me and you. And you're coming to the House of Wolves compound. Are you brain dead? I know you had cancer. I didn't think it affected your brain.
Well, we're going to certainly not talk about the cancer stuff here and just move on here. Yeah, we're going to do that there. But let me know what you think about the new sound box. I'd be paying... You like it? All right. Some people might. Yeah, I'm trying new things.
You need to get one to have the audience laugh or something, or the audience.
When I do the Heshy Tischler show Wednesday nights, because they have the really, really big bucks, they have that in the radio, like they have it built in. But he's got a $20,000.
By the way,
Heshy's mother-in-law died last week. We spoke about it, but
my condolences, Heshy.
Yes, that was one thing. But they spent $20,000 on their equipment. Maybe I'll have to do the same. Yeah, well, Heshy's got, let's just say, a few bucks in his pocket.
He got the New York money.
He's got a few more bucks than I do. Let's just put it that way. But let's get to more comments. Enough about that. I'd be paying to see your lackluster backstabbing performance with my son and his cousin do better. Okay. Why do you deserve a shot, Kron? You've been persona non grata since Summer Bash. On top of that, you lost it. That's a valid point. Respectively, back of the line, brother. He couldn't win the DKW championship back. He couldn't win the U.S. title. He tried to win that. He tried to win it for Drago, and I mean, I don't know what to say about the Underground OG. That's James Taylor's right-hand man. That is James Taylor's right-hand man.
It's because Dirty Donnie gave another Foundation guy a title shot months in advance. Who figures?
And Princess JD wants to say she's not going to bed and that she's still a Felix Jones fan. That's what she wants to put it out there.
You're a House fan. Are you brain dead? You support Parsley, but you support the House now?
Well, there's, I guess, front running. Maybe there's a thing.
I just know that all Parsley fans are idiots. That's all they are.
I can't say all of that. He is the hall monitor, but I'm going to get to some more comments because it's certainly about the people. Sounds like you can't walk the walk. You was talking, Kron, but it's okay. I forgive you, Kron. I got more important things to do, like actually becoming a champion. Devos, exactly. You pay to come see me. It doesn't matter what I do. You're already paid. Me too, right. Prince. It's like the IMF World Championship. Not for you, sir. You just there. Princess, who was on the ground at the end of Rage in the Cage, Kron? And like Ox said, why do you deserve that title shot? Well, it's Damien Saint first. Damien Saint first. I'm going to try to fix the issue between herself and Felix Jones, but she doesn't think it's ever going to happen. Well, I mean, that's Soldier's point with Zilla, but if you don't come to watch me, why does it matter what I do?
Felix Zilla, he's been brainwashed for so long. Give us some time.
And Felix Jones is saying that he's going to do whatever he wants, and he's the next best thing going. You know what? He might be. Want to say hello to our old friend Hillbilly Tilly, who wants to say hello, Omen. He give him a pass on that. Thank you, Tilly. And Brandon makes, I think, a well thought out point. It looks like the very foundations of these places are shifting. I think that alliances and battle lines are being drawn, and much of the battle lines being drawn. Darkron wants to say this though, because I'm the underground OG. I've put my time in, I've paid my dues, and I've already been granted my world title match at Summer Bash. Sorry, you little pound puppies, go hide behind Omen. And boy, the underground OG is certainly
like you hide behind Soulja, Dirty, Parsley, even your own brother. Oh wait, your brother got sick of you hide behind his shadow.
Well, his brother certainly, he literally bangs to his own beat. I mean, literally.
I'm proud of him, by the way. I'm proud of him.
Well, he didn't get the job done though at Rage in the Cage, but I'm sure he'll figure things out at ROW. What's left of ROW? Zilla wants peace with Felix Jones. It's never going to happen. I'll let Felix answer that. Me and Parsley was enjoying our 420.
It was you alley-ooped it to me. I had a slam dunk it.
I did use the basketball references throughout the evening. This buzz, he called you a buzz cut. You have a buzz cut, or I think it's a buzz cut, right? We'll move on here. Bad joke.
He has the hair of an antique doll. I don't want to hear it, Kron.
Well, call me Princess again, and me and the house are going to go up you to the underground. And Zilla, you're right, which is weird because usually you aren't, but it isn't going to happen. I don't like you. Felix is very strong. Felix, you didn't see no light. You got buried in the darkness and are lost of who you are. Okay, okay. Zilla, I heard it 4 times. Zilla, I think Felix answered it. You're flying to the top. All of a sudden, you get hurt and you shit on your father. And screw Parsley. This is not you. I got that, Zilla. Thank you for the 6th time. I'll let Felix answer that. Justin Parsley, we mentioned him. Maybe he's got an ice pack on his head while he's writing this, or maybe somebody. Maybe you think Esther's
this isn't him messaging. This is definitely his wife.
Or maybe Rob Slater. Maybe Rob Slater is essentially back to maybe type.
No, these words are spelled correctly. It's not Rob Slater either.
Well, this could be an essential job for him to comment.
And the grammar is on point. It's definitely not Rob Slater.
Well, we'll essentially read this comment. Whoever it might be, open your eyes or our wolf pack will gouge them out. Yeah, how you do it, Justin Parsley? Hope you have an ice pack on. Keep my family's name out of your mouth.
See, it is his wife. No.
I think I'm telling you, it's Rob Slater. This is essentially a job for Rob Slater. I mean, I'm telling you, it's a job for him. It's
essentially a job for his wife, because we know Parsley just probably laying in bed, can't move, probably cross-eyed more than usual.
Make him. Oh, that's right. You're not medically cleared. Good thing this thing can read English. I guess somebody's got a translator. Hello. Yep. Thank you, Yoshi. Ain't Omen Black. Yoshi, my friend, heard your kind words about my match. High praise from a man of your caliber, and I'm flattered and appreciate it. Always, my good friend, it was highly entertaining and powerful. The way you control the ring is unmatched. Again, legitimate Ox McCoy. Cool. Great deal. I am not a deathmatch guy myself, but I appreciate the discipline it takes to do it. I agree. House of Puppies. I mean, slush puppies are a thing. And yes, I agree with Brandon agrees with Yoshi's comment. Are we surprised? Respectfully, Omen's proven it. It's all light work.
Yeah, you say these nice things, Yoshi, until you start these trash comments are coming, and then you start taking part of it. I mean,
well, I didn't read them yet, so I don't know where they are. Dirty has his security. He's not worried about Omen.
Yeah, okay.
Only time I'm thanking Anthony Steele is when he's done boot. That's what that word was, because we're not going to read it out loud.
These people have no respect for the U.S. champion.
Hello to Justin Parsley. And also, James Taylor wanted to shake. I don't know, what was he shaking his head at? But, $13 a month, no ads, best subscription of my life, plus YouTube music. That's a good point. So if you do, by the way, want to avoid those ads, $13 a month does that. Thank you very much for that. I know that is a thing, and some companies have them, and $13 is well served. And Steele definitely tasted my boot. Well, I'm sure he did. I'm not going to ask what that's like because he's not here.
Victory, which you don't taste at all.
He stacked him. He definitely stacked him. Steele and Omen eat hot dogs for the feel, not the taste.
I hope you break your arms again.
I'm gonna say no comment on any of that. Still want to talk after rewatching this. Jason Storm ? Well, what's the question about
Yeah,
Jason
he was
Storm?
there. Probably
He
shocked they see Jay Storm there. He was there.
they eat Snickers upside down. That was a thing somewhere. I don't know where that came from. Somebody mentioned that. I forget who it was. I hope everything gets better. I'm always willing to talk. That's great. We're gonna go like this when it comes to that because we're not gonna repeat that.
You want to talk about corn dogs, my man? You suck the breading off corn dogs just because.
Next comment. That's the way we avoid the censored on YouTube. We just press those funny buttons. Yeah, and then hit the sub button for the IMF. Yes, hit the sub button. We're almost done with these comments. Finally, you had a lot of comments tonight. Boy, you and Timothy Titan seem like people wanted to talk to the two of you. I can understand why.
That's money media right there.
Well, he apparently booked Rhino, and he booked the artist formerly known as Fuego del Sol, and booked an AEW talent. So yeah, definitely the two of yous are definitely bringing in the views. Omen eating a banana with fill in the blanks there because we'll just do this for that.
He must have been looking at Jovi because that wasn't me. But.
That was referencing Saturday. Don't worry. Yeah, I got you. Yep, we're talking about Saturday show. Yeah, he'll take the belt, by the way. Question mark. Question mark.
I mean, you could try.
Well, maybe we'll have to find out.
Right here.
That's a pretty big belt, by the way.
It is. It's massive.
Dakota, now you have any words for Dakota here?
No, it's and what I want to say is just hurt her feelings, make her cry. I'd rather not.
But and Princess JD wants to say explicitly that Justin Parsley, she hopes he gets well. As if you didn't know that she was a fan of Justin Parsley's, now you did.
Oh my God! Well, trust me, we know.
I've heard it like
if you know, you know. What I'm saying is true. Princess JD
I've heard it the whole way. Speaking of people that are in ROEW that have felt the wrath of Jason Storm, Kyle Shelby is here who would like to say woo. The bracelet, yes, and she's got a business, by the way. Go to her Facebook page and support her business because she's got a lot of stuff she's selling. And by the way, can I say this for a minute? If there are people that go to these shows like at the Palo Community Center and they're trying to bargain or get a discount on these things, what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
I mean, well, I can't quite say that, but seriously though, is it really going to break the bank to spend, I don't know, 5-10 extra bucks for what these people, Kiara, Dakota, all the people that sell the merchandise and all the stuff they put so much effort into? I mean, really, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard before. Let's get to more comments.
There's guys who've messaged, can we get free tickets? And I hear about this from management, and they'd say, this guy's asked for free tickets, but he's posting pictures the night before going to AEW Collision or AEW.
I would say free tickets if you help set up the ring. You want to go to the show, help set up the ring. You want to go do something, maintenance, whatever it is, then we can talk. But until then, you're there. Please support all these hard-working people that put all these different things together and really support them. And this is what wrestling is built on. Yes, when you put the website up, give me a link and I will buy something for you. And then also we'll put it up here in the chat. Just wait until these elbows are healed.
I'll be waiting for a while.
Stay tuned. You talk to me, I'm the Lord. I heard you under the pear tree, Felix. Okay, let me chill. And Princess now wants to say she's going to chill and says that she will hope that you have blood come to you or something. I don't know what her exact comment is, but whatever it is. Terrible fan who loves stupid wrestlers. I'm fed up. Who else we got here? Hello to Kyle Shelby. No, be a fan of IMF Wrestling. Please support the IMF. What did Dakota put? I'll pay someone $45 to put "Never Say Never" kid on a shirt.
I'm not even making a joke. Didn't James have a shirt? Or no, he didn't.
No,
I'm thinking
that. No.
I even James right there. I'm helping you right there. There's your next merch.
And he wants his own belt. Want to give him a belt?
It's not like that.
And Omen, you were owed a bracelet still, by the way. But I obviously have talked a
I
lot.
wouldn't do that. The last person who handed me a bracelet ended up
Now,
choking their favorite
now,
wrestler.
before I bring somebody on here to probably talk about, I don't know what we're going to talk about, but you'll have to find out here. But if the invite opens, I'll gladly be there for the IMF. It's a good idea. That's maybe the owner can talk to
The world
another owner.
champion agrees to it. So
Well, there you go. But before I get to something to have maybe someone here talk to you, as promised, because we talked about this a few weeks back, that since you defeated Mr. Parsley, you are now granted something, and I'm going to do that because it's your platform on your show, after all, and you are now being into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame once again for retaining the IMF Championship at Rage in the Cage. So there you go. You, as requested, and as you did what you said you were going to do, you got the job done, and that requires you being in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame again, just like Jake is going to have it again on Thursday on your show, and this will get you one step closer to tying and eventually surpassing Justin Parsley in Hall of Fames. And congratulations, sir, for being inducted once again into the Hall of Fame of your Hall of Fame, I might add, by the way. Get it? Your Hall of Fame.
and it's obviously it's a great honor to be in the Sportswire Hall of Fame.
Again, by the way.
Again, for the multiple times. But this one is special to me because it is at the cost of Justin Parsley. That's why it's special to me. But now that's
18 months in the making.
Every time he sees this time, like fourth time the Omen Black's in the Hall of Fame, it is because of Justin Parsley.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there are more Hall of Fames ahead, and certainly the clock is ticking on your run taking the IMF Championship with you. And you've certainly talked a lot tonight about this new alliance with yourself, ROEW champion Jason Storm, and I guess for now the holder of the PWF World Championship, Felix Jones, the Prince of Professional Wrestling. And I mean, the House of Wolves have grown, and it's just been total destruction in the Wolves, what you have all done with Jason Storm side by side. I mean, I think at this point going forward, if you're in the IMF locker room, even if you're in an ROEW locker room, I don't even know what to do at this point. And Justin Parsley doesn't approve you being in the Hall of Fame, but it's your platform and your show, really. So, and yeah.
Tough.
Yeah. Well, that's obviously, I guess Mr. Parsley has competition. Maybe he sees the competition. Now, would you allow me to bring on this individual who does want to talk to you for a minute or two, or maybe more?
Sure.
You sure?
Yeah,
now,
I welcome anyone.
But this one, though, you might certainly have some.
Anyone.
Well, this one you might have some words for. Stern words.
Okay, let's bring him on.
It's not Justin Parsley because he's obviously got Rob Slater typing for him.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, I'm going to do it because, well, for those that are listening and watching, the High Chief has arrived and he's here. I mean, to talk about what I don't know, but I mean, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're here, our High Chief. And what brings you here tonight to talk to Mr. Boogeyman?
Oh, well, I mean, besides him calling himself the Chief because he's world champion, I thought I'd just drop in, say hi,
There's only room for one chief in this hut, and you're looking at him, and he's the world champion.
Well, I was chief before you were world champion, so.
Well, what do you think about the future of the IMF, though? I mean, Mr. Drago, I mean, obviously we saw what happened to Parsley. We saw what happened to Damian Saint, Soldier, and Darkron, the man that you were in the ring with earlier at Rage in the Cage. And I mean, what's the future for you and the rest of what's left of the foundation?
For once, I guess the Chief doesn't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't. But I say the foresight of the future can be a little blurry when you got a lot of people in front of you. So, I would like to say, as far as the foundation, I said it months ago, and I hope it retains. All that's happened and what should be happening, I guess, later or will happen, I should say. I hope we remain together. We try and stay strong through this demonic presence of dominance, I guess you could say.
He brought it out. He brought it out.
I thought you wanted to take a look at it because I don't think you ever held one of these.
Not that, no.
But you got that briefcase still. You still got that briefcase, thank God.
Wow, what a beauty.
But how about that? He's got that briefcase. Listen, Omen, don't sleep on the High Chief just yet. Don't sleep on him just yet.
Oh, Tom, I just see what you're doing. You're trying to make me think, oh, has a chance to cash in on me. I don't.
He's got technically that
about
opportunity. He's not Freddie Daniels here when Freddie had the briefcase. He's certainly not that. I mean, he knows this is a High Chief. This is a very methodical.
I can say one thing about Drago, and
yes, sir.
Let's be completely honest. When I started getting suspicion of Soldier and Parsley, and then Soldier brings Damien, or my bad, Dirty Donnie brings Damien back, and then Soldier tries to push Damien saying being out aligned with us in the Foundation. I kind of distanced myself from, I guess, everyone in the Foundation. Because, everyone in the Foundation I've had beef with. Like, Tom, let's think about it. Look at me and Dark Kron. We had feuds before. Me and Matthew Forsaken. We all know mine and Matthew Forsaken's history. Soul GP even. Yeah, we were a good tag team.
But you had issues too in the past.
A
lot of issues.
And the one person I didn't have an issue with, I had issues with even Sean Jovi even. I forget.
Oh, that's very well documented. You and Jovi? That's well documented.
I mean, it's more him and Soldier, but I'm actually there to defend who I thought was my brother.
That was an interstate war that we saw here on this platform for the better part of a year. Oh, let's not even go and revisit that.
I'll say this. When I started pulling back a little bit, the only person I could actually look at in the Foundation and not have any ill feelings towards is Drago. I hope, Drago, I hope I open your eyes too one day. Because we both know that if we step in the ring together, it's not going to be the same way how we used to be, I guess, in the Foundation. But for your sake, if I were you, I'd make sure that day doesn't come soon or until the day after December 31st.
Very well put, Uso. But I got something to say too. I don't need a briefcase to see your ass in the ring. I don't need a title to see your ass in the ring. Maybe for the sake of past times and through those times, I guess good ones. I think I owe you a match. I think I owe you a good talk, a good friendly banner of fighting. I'm not Soldier. I'm not Parsley. I probably can't turn you back, convert you good. But I can leave little crumbs to feed that little demon of yours. And then when it happens in the end, I mean, you won't know because obviously you're just a vessel. But the demon won't know until the end. But it'll be all fucking poison. So the whole time, just eating up. Do what you do and do what you do best because you're very good at it. You are Omen the Black. You are the hardcore god, the king of kings in the underground, or king of gods in the underground. Sorry. Oh, I don't want to mess with that. But I will say this. The elders have told me a foresight of a shadow of an events that will be happening. I don't know well. I don't know much. I don't see the future. I'm not high. I'm not highly spiritual, and I'm not super old. But I will say I'm in tune with being sacrilegious, and I think that's one reason why a long time ago me and you connected through a time of hardship and confusion. I think you realized someone next to you that you didn't think was very close determined the same thing. And like you said, it won't be the same when we're toe to toe, face to face, post to post in the ring. But until then, I know you got dark things brewing in you. But I will say until that day happens, for me and for the vessel of Omen Black and his family, count your blessings.
Well, I mean, that's certainly some things that I didn't expect Il Drago to say, but you know what? He is a high chief. He is a Samoan dragon, and time will certainly tell. And before I actually change topic here in a minute, Dark Crown wants to say he's trying to get in your head, and you just basically answered that. I want to say hello to our Ryan James Battle Royal winner over in the Ryan James Memorial Show for our friends in the WVWF, Mr. Prodigy himself, who won the historic Ryan James Battle Royal there at the Memorial Show this past Saturday at 325 7th Street, the Richardson Building in Parkersburg, West Virginia. Always love seeing our WVWF and our LAW friends here. Hello. Justin Parsley does want to say this is what the fans want and deserve. Jabba the blabbering his nonsensical psycho blabble for 2 hours. Doubtful demon, and that was not Justin Parsley typing it, according to Omen Black.
It definitely was him.
And remember, concussed or not, I heard the fans. I'm sure you did too. Hopefully, Omen did too. Parsley, they were chanting Parsley. I do agree that they were chanting Parsley. Prentice JD is reminding me about that, and she's saying that Justin.
You know why they're chanting Parsley? Because they wanted to make sure that Parsley was still conscious for the whole thing.
And the Prodigy is also acknowledging the both of you. Thank you to our WVWF friends. And he'll be here for Michael McMoney Friday, which will be just as anticipated as you two here. Yeah, hope we're doing well. You know, I realize, though, that we've talked a lot tonight, Mr. Black, and I know Mr. Drago is going to have plenty of actions and plenty of words here over the next few weeks here on this platform. But it is to my attention that both of you men actually want to talk about something coming up here that's imminent in a matter of weeks that is once again going to be front and center in the underground. And this time it's Summer Bash Part 3. And Mr. Boogeyman, on your platform, if you would allow me to ask you about that and what's to come here at Summer Bash, if we could maybe talk about that and I guess break a bit from what we've talked about throughout the evening of your celebration, more or less. But Summer Bash 3 and what can we expect?
I mean, I don't want to give too much about it, but we definitely have a lot of, I guess, high caliber matches planned out for Summer Bash. Now, it's kind of hard going from Omen to who I am truly.
Well,
but no, yeah, since we're at Summer Bash here in Iowa, I'm hosting it at my estate for the IMF. So yeah, we just have a lot of high caliber and we have a lot of carnage planned for the viewers and whoever attends Summer Bash. This year we will allow some fans to attend Summer Bash,
which was certainly different. We were in a different venue, obviously. We were in the Darkron compound, the DKW stomping grounds for the first two. But this one maybe gives a chance to see some different matches, different guys get an opportunity that didn't get a chance. Obviously, you and Drago were front and center in it last year. But this year, maybe we'll get to see some newer names, maybe get their chance.
See, last year was a learning experience for Summer Bash and what we could do. Yeah, we did invite a lot of people, and yeah, I'm not mad at anyone for not making their commitments. I get it. Shit happens, life happens.
Mm-hmm.
But there was definitely some Debbie Downers that will not be attending Summer Bash, and you know who you are.
Yeah.
And I hope you can coach with your feelings about that, but
That's what we think there.
But no, we learned, and we're about to, I guess, fix those issues for this year's Summer Bash.
Well, that would be exciting. I mean,
And
obviously,
we have 2 rings to our availability, so
Mhm.
that equals more matches filmed. We have. I don't want to.
But
I don't
don't
want to
spoil
spoil
anything because
anything,
we'll
but
talk a
we have
lot
a lot
about.
of insane
Yeah,
stuff planned.
I feel like I think the next IMF shows are the middle of June. I think after that, I am sure we'll spend a lot of time on that and getting a bunch of the guys that are going to be on the card to talk about it. I have no doubt. But I mean, you're going to be in action against Darkron. We do know that.
Well, whoever world champion is, but yes, if I'm world champion at the time, yeah. But never say never. I'm not even trying to make a joke at you, James. I'm just saying never say never. Like I cannot be world champion. There could be something that happens, but
Well, may I ask, what do you think happens with the PWF championship and what happens
that
there?
will be contended. I don't want to spoil it for Parsley. I don't want to spoil it for the IMF or PWF because I'm not management. I'm just the one kind of like hosting it.
Uh-huh.
But it definitely will be contended.
Okay.
And it's kind of like Summer Bash rules now. Like last year, we introduced the new PWF World Championship, and this year the same thing. But this year we'll be introducing a PWF Intercontinental title.
Wow. Whoa. A PWF
That's,
Intercontinental Championship.
truly, it may change. The name may change, but it's definitely a PWF. The secondary title right under the world title.
I like it. I like it. Why not? I mean, and that's a title. There's a lot of people that might want that championship. A lot of names in IMF, outside of IMF. And I mean, we've got a lot of talent in RCW, by the way. RCW is going to be a big component of that. And I mean, that's exciting. A PWF Intercontinental Championship, you don't say.
But this time, it's not going to be a Royal Rumble because I want to switch up just a little bit, just a tad. Same kind of like style, but it's going to be a battle royal for the new PWF Intercontinental, for now named, title.
You want to say anything, Drago, being a part of it this year? Anything you want to add on the show?
Yeah, I guess to pull back the curtain a little, as far as I know, I think what Omen already said, I think we're going to try and work up like a VIP access for a certain amount of fans to come see the show.
Cool.
I believe my fiance should be doing a raffle for Summer Bash. I'm still thinking about it, but I might be doing a tribal giveaway or something like that. It all just depends on how the future looks from here to now until then. But I know that what I can certainly promise, which I think everyone knows, is an electrifying event. A lot of matches booked with a lot of good talent, great talent. So if you're not there and you're not going to show up or you're not invited, don't, like Omen said, don't get in your feelings about it. So just sometimes that's the way the ring gets broken down. So,
but that's exciting.
If you're not invited and you want to be part of it, Tom can direct you to the right lines.
Well, Brandon said that was interesting about the PWF Intercontinental title, and a lot of guys hearing this right now, that opens their eyes up because there's something else to compete with. I mean, there's a lot of people I could think of that might want to show up to this now because there's a championship on the line, a new one.
The whole goal of Summer Bash, it's always to give back to the community, give back to the roots we came from. Obviously, yeah, we all came from the yard. And I just want to reiterate, like, I know we usually, we get paid to come to IMF. We get paid to wrestle for IMF. I know for sure because last year we didn't do it. Anyone who attends Summer Bash, we're just giving back. Like, I don't think anyone's getting paid. I'm not being paid for it. I just want to host it because I love the idea of Summer Bash.
I think Summer Bash, listen, we talked about that a lot the last couple of years, and it was great to see the people in last year's Summer Bash. Obviously, D'Angelo the Flame, Big Man Cam, Remy Ravage. I mean, we got to see a lot of certainly the Midwest Express, Drago, Anthony Steele. I mean, there was obviously Darkron, Joe Stone, Felix Jones, just a list of talents that it was
But we
great
were
to
we were,
see them.
we were gonna do it in the venue in Palo, but I just thought like, let's not pay for it. Let's I'll host it. Let's just do it on my estate. It's free.
Yeah, I
Anyone's
mean,
more welcome.
there's a lot of people. Yeah, and you know what? And I agree. Thank you to somebody here. This is not Rob Slater, by the way. Summer Bash is going to be big this year. Yeah, I think it's. Listen, you know what? And it's great to see shows like this. We talk about this all the time, and Summer Bash, especially here in this platform, we think about the people that were in it last. Drake Goldrag, another name that's done a lot of great things, and so many people that we saw. That JX also was another guy that we got to see. Now has been in the IMF, and I think that this Summer Bash is going to be even more special because we've done 2 of them now. Now we've got a third one coming up under our belt. Guys have got a chance to be more familiar with it. We'll see some new guys maybe possible because they're starting to hear this, and that's what it's all about. And I think that's exciting, and I think that you learn from experiences, and I think that this one's going to be even bigger and better. And I just think now with the championship being added to it and different guys maybe we'll see this time, different people. I think it's going to be, I'm with Darkron on this one. This is going to be legendary. This is going to definitely be legendary. It's going to be Underground OG like to steal his name.
I'm really excited for it. But, I want to say this. I know what I've been told is all singles, at least, titles in the IMF will be on the line. There'll be matches for each day for those titles. And if any champion or any company who wants to come to Summer Bash, I imagine, because IMF is such a place where they give opportunity to anyone who just ask.
Absolutely. And I think about ROEW.
That's why I love the management. The management, they give opportunity. And some people may not agree with what I say, but they truly do listen and give opportunities to people who just show respect and show commitment.
You know what, and that's what it's all about. And I think it's great. And I know we've had a lot of companies in the chat tonight. We've had NEW, DBW, VTW, ROEW here, BYCW. And I would love to see certainly things like those in BYCW, those in DBW, NEWB in this potential Summer Bash 3. And obviously, you've got the PWF World Championship.
I got a trampoline as well. If trampoline wrestling want to come out, I got a trampoline.
No, but some of those Dalton Skull wrestles.
I'm not throwing shots. I'm just saying, like.
No, but I'm just saying that Dalton Skull wrestles in the ring, and a lot of those guys do. And I think James obviously is somebody that a lot of people would love to see out there in the ring. A lot of people would love to see him.
I ain't wrestled on a trampoline since I was like 12, but if it's at Summer Bash and some of them come through, I'll show my veteranship on the trampoline.
maybe the trampoline replaces the water slide last year that Darkron had.
There you go.
I work construction for my day-to-day job, so I'm trying to see if I can get some heavy equipment that we have at my job, and maybe I can.
I wish I would lived a little closer.
I'm gonna try to attempt to make a swimming hole like a little pond.
I wish I lived a little closer because Mr. Heshy's an expediter by day, and I know for a fact he would have that for you actually. But unfortunately, I'm in the other part of the country because he's like I said, he's an expediter, and I know he has all those materials on hand because he's also a landlord. So that's an interesting conversation for a different time. But I think that's going to be great that we're going to get a chance to cover it this year. I think that a lot of people are going to be very curious soon when we start rolling out the match cards. And, again, the PWF Championship is front and center, an Intercontinental title. All the IMF titles are up for grabs. I'm sure names that weren't there, names that were there last year are going to be a part of this. And I think that that's great. And it remains to be seen. And I'm sure in a matter of weeks, we'll get a chance to promote that here, hopefully.
And I imagine there's other titles on the line. I just know because I'm an IMF guy, obviously. All I know is about what's going to happen with the IMF. So I imagine that, yes, there are other companies' titles on the line, and whatever those companies want to do, it's all more than welcome.
Well, we'll find out. I mean, obviously, I think here before we get ready to sign off tonight.
But no, we got a Flaming Tables match. I know that for for a fact the PWF, what a secondary town, was just called that for now. So we come up with a name. The battle royal for that. We have a killer main event for day 3, which I don't want to spoil, but
Yeah, don't spoil it when the time comes. I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about on here. I would hope.
plus you're going to see Drago in the ring. You're going to see all your favorites from IMF. You're going to see all your favorites from around the Midwest. Because I'll say this, REW superstars will be here. I may not say all of them, but
they don't have a ring. Of course they have to be there. They don't have a ring right now. They have to be there. It might be the only. Listen, you realize IMF might be the only place they're going to work going forward.
I think the only person you're going to see from Indiana is Justin Parsley if he's healed up by then.
Well, that's a doctor's.
Or
He might need a doctor's note.
Rob Slater's going to carry him around. I don't know. But no, yeah, the door is open for everyone.
And you know what? You did say ROW, and obviously James Taylor, the owner of ROW, I'm sure we'll talk a lot about this when he comes back here. I would certainly love to see something with him there. Obviously, depends.
As long as you're not on a list somewhere, we all know what I'm talking about. As long as you're not on a list, you're more than welcome to Summer Bash.
And I would say to it, if you're on that, that's what I would say.
It would be nice to see another Samoan there. That's all I'm
saying. It's funny you said that. I think I know one Samoan, actually. There's a guy I know. His name is Daniel Tafua. I know him. I'm going to bring him on before then. Yes, the chosen
not
one.
To pull back the curtain too much. Me and him kind of had a couple conversations.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's a cool cat. I like him.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
Yeah, it would be nice to see Tafua at Summer Bash 3.
Now, tell me what I'm going to do. You know what? Before we move on, and Brandon's excited, and Soldier, who I don't know why he wasn't here, but Summer Bash, new venue, same carnage. I think that's a great line. Somebody in management take that line.
Put that on a T-shirt. This year's T-shirt.
Yeah, that's the new T-shirt.
But if I could, because Friday I have Michael McMoney of LAW, and they have all these different guys: Dave Jameson, Godric Sandwell, Daniel Tafua. I won't mention Wyatt Black in this because I think Omen, you will turn it back into character and kill that.
I'm out of character. I even invite Wyatt Black.
I think there's a bunch of names.
I invite Wyatt Black so I can kick his fucking ass,
But I think, listen, I would say this. Now, when Mr. McMoney is here Friday, I will certainly broach to him this Summer Bash, and I will certainly let him know if maybe he would like to have some of his roster members show up. Because like I said, I just mentioned a bunch of those names that if they don't have bookings, now they might have bookings, but if they don't, maybe they'd want to show up. Maybe Daniel Tafua, maybe Godric Sandwell, maybe
Rhino. No, I'm just playing.
Well, they booked Rhino, but I'm sure they definitely
I'm
paid.
pretty sure he's already booked up.
It's Summer Bash tradition. We're all camping. Obviously, maybe
I don't think, you know what? I don't think Rhino at this point in his career, respectfully, is camping.
he's not camping.
I don't think Gary Wolf is camping either. I don't think he will. If somebody will tell me, well, do you think Gary Wolf will show up? He's not camping. Knowing Gary.
Even if I have to pitch a tent out in my own yard, just to hang out the guys or the boys to show up, that's fine. But really, honestly, I want you guys to look at me dead in my eyes. I'm probably not going to pitch a tent. I'm probably going to sleep in my own bed when you guys sleep in tent or whatever.
Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe then Rhino will buy a hotel for the rest of the guys. He could afford it. But you know what? Listen, maybe we'll have to ask him. But, I'll ask Mr. McMoney, and maybe some of his guys want to show up. I don't know. I mean, that could be. I'm
hoping I see guys I'm hoping I see Mr. Brandon Castelli. I'm hoping I see Ace Christian or Judgment. I'm hoping I see these guys because, again, it's just giving back to the community. I know I'm going to see REW. I know I'm going to see Parsley. I know I'm going to see
BYCW, maybe BYCW guys.
If James shows up, I'm not even pushing you anymore, James. I'm just saying, if you show up, I'm just saying that.
Listen, I'll ask. You know what? And I'll throw it out there. Jake's here Thursday. I'm sure some of their guys, maybe. I'll ask.
Of course, AEW is invited.
I'll definitely ask. Jake, I'm sure would love to have a Yeah, I mean, and listen. You know what? I'll ask. Speaking of people who's here Monday night, I'll ask Rad Dad. I'll ask him. I think that's like shooting for the moon, but I'll ask him. I'll ask him Monday.
Yeah, he's a big fan of Sean Jovi. It might happen.
I'll ask him. Listen, and Brandon said, "I'll connect if you're not connected to Brandon, I'll handle that. I'll connect off the air. So you'll give the dates and I'll take care of that. All right. So we got a lot to look forward there. Anything else before we sign off that you guys want to discuss that we haven't got a chance here tonight?
If the management can message me or message the chat, I know I want to promote the next couple shows for the IMF. So,
I think we have the 13th and the 14th coming up. Can that be confirmed? Is that the 13th?
It's IMF's first double duty, if you want to call it that.
In a different venue, I understand, right? Are we in
Two
a different venue?
venues. Yeah, we're at the Chosen Few Motorcycle Clubhouse.
That's so cool. My mother sings in a band and plays in biker clubs, kind of like she's played like biker venues. It's a cool thing. You get bikers, and they actually might be your biggest crowd.
I know. And a little backstory. I know my stepdad, before he passed away, he was the president of the Chosen Few, and that's
Okay.
So I kind of got a hold of them after getting in contact with another guy from IMF who's also in contact with the Chosen Few, because it's been so long, and since my stepdad passed away, like those kind of connections kind of, I guess, like went on pause for a little bit. But luckily, June 13th, we're at the Chosen Few Clubhouse for their charity event for veterans.
Great.
All proceeds will go to the veterans.
Awesome. And I will give my support to that, as I always do. Great cause. We want to support the veterans. Absolutely.
And then on the 14th, we're back in Palo for the Rumble in the Wreck.
We got a lot to talk about. Boy, we got a full next couple weeks on Sportswire to talk about. We got 2 shows ahead. And
then July, we have Summer Bash. And then we also have a show at a bar here in town, downtown Cedar Rapids, called Double Z on a Friday as well. And then the next day, we're back at Palo. So June, July, they're going to be pretty busy for the IMF. You're going to see more content coming out.
That's awesome. I mean, that's great. That's, great wrestling months, June and July, and great time to go out and have a bite to eat and watch what these guys do very best, and also for the veterans. I mean, just some great stuff, and Summer Bash in between. So
I'm
a lot of
stuff
stuff.
The biker show. I'm excited for that bar show because, man, just having that first bar show, Winter Clash, at the beginning, that was so surreal. And it was such a
special thing,
favorite moment of mine, because it's at a bar, but those fans, because they have
bar shows. You know what? When CCW has come on here over the years, they run in a sports bar, and there's a lively, because the depending on the bar is like right there in front of you. It's almost like the people are just right on top of you. So that's
bar show funds are crazy.
Yeah,
fun. So
I've covered a lot of them in the UK, and there's also a company, it's Love Drafts, I think, in Pennsylvania, and they run in a brewery, and it's like you get 150 people right on top of you. It's like really cool. And that's going to be exciting to talk about. And Dakota said it's amazing. And if you are here, by the way, still a bunch of people, you haven't yet hit the sub button for the IMF. Yeah, there was a lot of people at Winter Clash. I think there'll be a lot more people at these shows. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 dates coming up for the IMF in a month. And then we've got Summer Bash in between that. So you got a lot of shows, a lot of content coming. Hit the sub button for the IMF. And I believe that the best is yet to come. And we'll certainly lend our support to those shows. And I'm sure you'll see many of your favorites from the IMF back on here in the next few weeks. Sean Jovi, yes, he'll be here. Anthony Steele will definitely be back on Sportswire. And I'm sure we'll hear about who else. And maybe Rob Slater will type more for Justin Parsley. You say it's somebody else. I say it's Justin Parsley, Rob Slater typing for him, because that's essentially could be his job. But who really knows at this point? But we've talked enough tonight. Anything else you guys want to say before we sign off?
I appreciate you, Tom. I appreciate the IMF management, and I appreciate the fans that always tune in, watch our shows, watch Sportswire. Make sure you spike that like button, subscribe both to Sportswire Radio. And
we're like one subscriber away from 1,500. I think I'm at like 14. Yeah, we're 2 away. I stand corrected. 2 away. So
2 away.
That'll happen. That means we
Not
get a
that hard.
1,500.
2 away.
we're gonna forget a 1,500 subscriber show coming up. So that means Omen comes back on his platform to people are gonna maybe we shouldn't or shouldn't do that, but that means you come back, Omen,
I
and
might be back tomorrow then.
Well, that could definitely be soon, real soon. But that could be very soon. Then we have Maxwell Reeves tomorrow if we don't get to 1,500. Maxwell Reeves and Tsunami. Could be maybe scouting, James. Could they just stick it? They have a lot. So you know what? Forget about it. They're gonna have a lot to talk about. Chase Wayfield's going there.
I'm pretty sure at the end of this tonight, you're gonna reach 15.
Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But regardless, we'll have a 1,500 subscriber show this weekend. I have no doubt about that. We'll have it this weekend.
I'm very proud of you, Tom, and for the success you say it's us wrestlers. I'm truly proud of all the success that you've gotten, all the big names you've gotten on Sportswire.
We have another one coming up. We have from the band Grand Funk Railroad. Mark Farner actually is here in a few weeks. I would have had him tomorrow, but I can't do it tomorrow.
You give us all of us the credit. Like, it was you guys. It's you guys who brought. Tom.
Yeah, it's true. But the people, you are the people that come on and hit the sub button. There's people that do these kind of shows and nobody tunes in, but they tune in for this. They tune in.
It's truly your hard work and dedication to Sportswire and.
Well, I know you don't want to fire me yet. You want to wait till 1,500. But I mean, obviously, people come here to tune in. There's no question that there are other places out there, and they just know that they like to come here.
You don't picture Sportswire without the hair, the chops, without Tom Bryce.
Yeah, I get that. I get that often.
Who am I going to get? Adonis Filios? No.
You know what? That might spike the ratings. Maybe Adonis. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's the way to go.
I'm not shooting on anyone. You don't picture Sportswire with the host being like Omen Black or James Taylor or Adonis Filios or any other great talker that's been on here. You don't picture them being the host.
Well, Anthony would love to take over. I mean, Anthony would. I mean, Anthony certainly would like to do it. He has hair.
Well, he wouldn't let anyone talk.
But that's why he would love to do it. That's why he would love to, obviously, be here every night with it. I mean, he would, people would tune in.
It'd just be the Real Deal Podcast, Volume 2.
People would tune. I think more people would tune into that.
Yeah. Okay, Tom. But I want to say that I'm truly thankful for IMF. I'm really excited for the next couple shows.
Me too.
Myself, because I have some really fun matches that I have planned. So,
well, I know you and Drago are going to be a part of that, and I thank Kron and Soldier because these two men are the OGs of the underground side of things. And Sean Jovi, who I know went to bed, he'll hear this tomorrow. He's a part of that as well. And yes, Anthony Steele, yes, he's a part of that, and James Taylor. But yes, there's a certain affinity for, I would say, and Jason Storm and CJ Black. I want to throw in like ROEW and IMF. To me, like those are the when I think of the platform, that's to me always my, those are my people always. It's always, I go back to that ROEW, Jovi, and incorporating him in there. I feel like that's really to me like the heart and soul, the bread and butter of Sportswire. I just think that'll always be to me that case. Kron, Forsaken, you, Soldier, Drago, Steele, Taylor, Jason Storm, CJ Black, Jacob Collins, I want to throw, all those IMF ROEW people. Justin Parsley, yes, we have to incorporate him. If I don't mention him now, then I'll really hear it. But throw Justin Parsley in there. All those IMF ROEW personalities. To me, those are like my number ones. And going to be exciting time. And Omen Black likes trampoline wrestling, Zero.
It's not that I don't like trampoline wrestling. It just. Before we go, I'll say this: I don't like trampoline wrestling as an idea. Like I don't like it. It's because I'll say it. James Taylor, I'm not shooting a shot at you, but you did say it's more dangerous than being in the ring, and a lot of people disagree. But here's the thing: they do all these things on the trampoline, and they think it's so easy, and yet they talk down to other people in the ring, but yeah, you have the trampoline to bounce off. Like it has way more bounce. I'm not saying it towards James. I'm just saying it towards everyone who's been on a trampoline who shits on everyone else that's not on doing
Well,
the shit
I
they're
would
doing.
say if you're a fan of old school R&B and hip hop, there's a famous song called "More Bounce to the Ounce." I mean, maybe that's what you're looking for. See, somebody got that. See, somebody I pulled
Yeah,
that out of my hat.
I'm not even. I know I talk shit about James, but today, but like, I'm not even counting him being a trampoline wrestler. Like they have, from what I understand, they have a stage under their ring. Like
Yeah, I mean, there are wrestlers in the trampoline. Some of them do wrestle inside a ring, and look, I think obviously it's a discussion that will, I'm sure, have one point here again. But there's no question that obviously we want to appreciate all the people who've tuned in here tonight. And I'm gonna bounce off that conversation here because I do have Maxwell Reeves and Tsunami here tomorrow, and then I'll bounce right back to Jake Dvorak, and then I'm sure by this weekend you'll be back here, Omen, to christen your platform for the 1,500 subscribers, and
I'll go dressed up and everything for that.
don't do that. But before we get off the air, it has to be the potential to be wicked dangerous, and most of the time they never move on to a ring. Yeah, I mean,
I
it
think
is
it
what
has
it is.
potential to be dangerous, with depending on who it is too.
Look, you know what? I would say this: you can cross the street; it can be dangerous. You can, do a lot of things. I know a girl who died from the flu at 19. There's just, look, whatever it is, just enjoy it. Have a great time. The best is yet to come. There's more injuries from a trampoline than a wrestling ring in general. No hate. And Zilla does want to do trampoline wrestling. See, you can't.
I'm not knocking if you want to do trampoline wrestling. I'm not knocking
I
it at
say
all.
more people die in a car
My
wreck than drunk
opinion.
driving. But
I'm
I
not
don't
saying
know.
it's the right opinion. I'm just saying it's my opinion.
Well, you know what? We'll talk about it, I'm sure, in next time. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Yes, this was Il Drago, my high chief, the Samoan Dragon. He'll eventually be back here, and he'll probably be back here in a few days. And it's Omen Black, the boogeyman of the Midwest, the hardcore god, who was, by the way, inducted into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame again. And he is the IMF champion. And Justin Parsley, there is no other way for you because also you're here, and thank you for that. And we'll go for it last time. I will say, if you're trying to make wrestling your career, doing trampoline wrestling is the equivalent to suicide. Well, I mean, look,
That's a nice way to put it.
well, you know what? I mean, listen, there's certainly ways to do things, and I'll let people decide what they want to do. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hit the sub button. I'll see you when I see you. And this is Il Drago and Omen Black. Support the IMF, and we'll definitely be back here on Sportswire very soon. Tomorrow, we'll do the 1,500 subscribers show. I am sure we'll do that by the weekend, and mark your calendar for that. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the number one global radio station, that is Sportswire Radio, where all music and wrestling matters. Support the IMF, support these guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.